on contact. Jump, jump, jump.
I have to manually jump me, correct?
Affirmative. Everyone has to jump themselves.
All right. That's what I misunderstood before. Thank you.
It'd be so nice if we could do that. Everyone align to AUV.
Sal, your mic's going nuts.
Flying to what?
Stargate Avican AUV.
Okay,
Hold on. Bree, do you have Nani set as your set destination? The system Nani?
Negative.
Okay, here's what you're gonna do. Go to Fleet Chat, reload the channel settings, so reload the message of the day.
I just dropped it at the bottom.
Golden, that'll do too.
Anyone who doesn't have destination set, right-click Nani, set destination.
Quick confirm everyone has 8 jumps to destination.
Confirm.
Bree?
Got it.
Confirm 8 jumps to destination.
Confirming 8 jumps.
All right, Nick, take it away.
Warping fleet.
You have your broadcast history open as well, so you can see where he's telling you to go.
And you can right-click right in the broadcast align to. Fleet jump on contact.
Give me a minute, guys, and I'll learn the lingo.
I'll go learn it at some point the first time, so. So for anyone new, jump on contact means as soon as you land, jump through the gate. The last gate, I will say, jump, hold cloak. Everyone will jump and do not move while we assess the situation around us. Jump, jump, jump.
Now, by hold cloak, you mean just don't align, don't move, or is there a
Yep,
mechanic?
don't do anything. It gives
Okay.
us 60 seconds to figure out what we're going to do, if anything. Fleet align to KAU.
Nick, just a suggestion for you.
Okay.
As we're in warp to the next Stargate, you can quickly hover your mouse over the dotted trail above the top left to see the next gate, so you can tell people to prepare to align to a certain system.
Oh, good idea. Thank you.
No problem.
If I may ask, what level of invasion is Nani?
Triglavian minor victory.
All right. Cool.
Warp.
Active.
10 jumps to get there.
Click. Wait, 10 jumps?
Could someone just
Sorry.
say 10 jumps to get to destination?
Negative. I was talking to my wife. Sorry.
Okay. Bree, I just need to break a little bit of ice for you. We're about to head into a system where if we fuck up, we could lose about 1 billion ISK worth of ships or more. So I understand that you're learning, and that's good, but if you're going to have a conversation off mic, please mute your mic so that we don't miscommunicate what you're saying is something important to us, okay?
Fleet jump.
Roger.
Thank you.
Fleet align to KAI. Warping fleet.
Warp drive active.
Jump on contact.
You're gonna be an anchor, right? Nick?
Say again, Hamish?
You're gonna be the anchor?
Yes, I will. We're
What does that
gonna-
mean?
Everyone's gonna right-click me and approach when we're
yeah.
on station.
Understood.
Fleet align ALI. Admiral Ashy, have you jumped through the gate?
Hey, Bree, do you understand what the watch list is?
That's a negative.
Sal, sorry guys. Sal just asked me to remove my shield need. Do you mean like clear my history?
If you're done needing shield, broadcast in position at, please. It's the little
Okay.
circular.
Okay. Cool.
Fleet warp.
Warp drive.
So you click it once to indicate you need shields, and then when you're getting yellow boxed, you just click it off.
When you're being yellow boxed, broadcast for shields immediately. Fleet jump. When you're no longer taking aggro, broadcast the in position at.
Okay.
So, Bree, you can right-click on any other pilot except for yourself in the fleet window or the fleet chat window, and say right-click on them, and then add to watch list, and that will bring up another window that shows you who's on grid with you. If they're not on grid with you, they won't have any health next to them. But if they are on grid with you, they'll have your shields, hull, and armor.
Fleet line to ISA.
All right, I got it.
You can grab Nick's character, which is the one that starts with NCC 1701, and you can drag him to the top of the list so you know who the anchor is.
All right, he's there.
And Logi, please definitely add other Logi to the list so it's easy to get the cap chain running. Fleet warp.
Warp drive active.
Nick, just a heads up at 4:30. So in 50 minutes, I have to make a phone call. That shouldn't take more than 1 or 2.
Roger that.
So I'll be able to keep shooting stuff, but you'll just take over marking targets if we're in that phase.
Knowledge. Thank you for the heads up. Fleet jump. Fleet aligned to UEM.
Oh shit, I just hit jump. Hang on. So Bree, do you see on the watch list by your name there's a little like shield symbol with a little red plus symbol?
Okay, I don't see my name on the watch list. All I got is the is
You
Nick.
won't
Oh,
see
that
your own
makes
name.
sense. Probably because you can't see your own name. Yeah. So you've recently selected broadcast need for shield because we all told you to. Once you stop needing that requirement, click the broadcast in position at button. It's on the same level as where the need shield button is. and that will indicate to the Logi ships to no longer rep you.
Okay.
And then when you start getting shot again, then you push it again, obviously, and so on and so it goes.
Got it.
Fleet jump. Okay, why do I see Bree broadcasted, but I don't see Bree in the fleet list or on my watch list?
It's on my watch list. It's all his.
Yeah, I got him on the watch list too.
It's weird. Fleet Align LIT. Warping fleet.
Drive active.
Hard way it is. Jump on contact. Fleet Align NON. Do not jump this gate until everyone's here. Or rather, don't jump until I tell you to. Warping fleet.
Drive active.
You want someone to switch out to an Ibis and jump through and then see if it's clear?
I'll do it. Not in an Ibis. I'll do it in a capsule. Actually, someone. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'll do that. That way it's safer. Please try to keep my Osprey from getting blown up.
Honestly, I probably would have just made Toto do it. His Drake's cheap enough to replace.
There are plenty of stations to dock in.
No, but
Wait, dumb.
no, you're fine, Toto.
Alright.
I've got safeties in the safe spots in the system. Last chance, anyone who wants to take a second to grab a water or anything. We're about to jump into system.
Yeah, that's a good idea. 1 second.
Be careful, there's juice in the
Oh, we fixing jump.
chicken in the pork chops.
Just confirm Bree is a spy.
But
He's
My
giving
bad,
intel.
guys. My bad.
Oh, we needed to hear more about the chicken and pork chop.
we've got enough DPS. We can probably clear the gate anyways. Worried it was pretty clear. I didn't see much today.
I have returned.
Welcome back. I'm gonna jump the gate, and I'll call on you guys if necessary. Fleet jump, hold cloak. Put an X in fleet chat once you've cleared. Is anyone not through? Warping fleet to safe spot.
Warp drive active.
That's not a safe spot, but it'll be fine. Okay. We're going to an emergent conduit. Everyone open your probe scanner, please. If you don't know how to do that, speak up. And align to RVW. Also, hardeners on, everyone.
RVW 101.
Confirmed. Align to RVW. Hamish, you okay there?
Yeah, I confirmed RVW.
Roger that. I'm gonna warp the fleet there. We'll have about 10 seconds before they're on us.
Warp drive.
Okay, remember, partners on, and upon arrival, get your drones out and assist them to me. And then I'll start marking up targets, and we'll go in ascending order. So first target is 0, and then 1, 2, 3, on and on it goes.
Logi cap chain up as soon as you land.
Roger, same order as HQ.
Affirmative, 2 up. Myself to Ashy, Ashy to Sal, Sal to myself. Oh, this is interesting.
Are we staying?
Yes, we're staying. Someone just pre-spawned it, which is annoying. Normally we would have about 5 to 10 seconds before they got out.
Okay,
Yeah,
0 is marked.
Cap chain up as soon as possible.
And the rest are frigates that don't really matter.
As soon as you get yellow box, broadcast for shield. I like that armor maintenance bots. Reps on Mortoga, please.
Switch target 1.
The capacitor.
Oh, that one's 80 kilometers away. It's probably not going to work.
And at any time, if anyone cannot target whatever the biggest thing is, or if you're in a battle cruiser, shoot the frigates.
Capacitor is empty.
Reps on Hamish, please. Split reps, get some reps on Ashy.
Everything else is too far away from my guns.
Roger that. They will approach. Logi, by the way, when I say split reps, that means put 2 on one person and 1 on the other.
Guys, I'm seeing a lot of drones just floating around aimlessly in the ship, so I don't think anyone's put them on me. So right now,
20 pop drones in.
20 pop drones in. What?
So the last wave, when the conduit closes and the last half will warp off. So when
Okay.
you see that ISK payment, the conduit's done.
Okay. Retract your drones, guys.
My drones are out salvaging at the moment.
Roger that.
By the way, I couldn't keep my cap stable whatsoever.
Say that again, Admiral.
I couldn't keep my cap stable.
What size reppers are you running?
Large remote shield booster 2.
What about cap transfers?
Cap transfers, large inductive compact remote capacitor transmitters.
How much does each one put out?
311.
11 cap?
311 cap every 5 seconds.
Roger that. You shouldn't need to use more than 2 of your shield boosters.
Alright, that's probably my mistake then. I activated all 4.
Yeah. If you're in the Basilisk, you're putting out way more shield than the rest of us, so you probably will be fine with just 2.
I put how much? 850 HP per rep.
Yeah, that's more than all 3 of mine, 2 mediums and a large. Fleet align, TDX.
Reminder to get drones back in.
Nolashy is salvaging.
I think salvaging's just finished. Don't do much here.
Roger. Scoop MTU if you haven't already.
Yep, I've done that as well.
Line 2 again, please.
Align to TDX-626. It's in your probe scanner.
Roger. Just a note, if y'all are tagging stuff that's out of my range, I do. After that, I go to target's opportunity.
Yes, please do. Frigates or whatever you can shoot. If you can't shoot whatever we're shooting, shoot the next best thing.
Got it.
Orbiting fleet to TDX. Logi cap chain on arrival.
Drive active.
We'll try that again, and upon arrival, get your drones out, assist them to Isabella Tanaceda. And if it doesn't work this time, then everyone's going to control their own drones.
Yeah, we might be running into drone control range issues.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Just means they'll be very good for blasting our short range. This is what an emergent conduit normally looks like. The trigs only start spawning when the first person lands on grid. So someone landed on grid and then warped off after shooting half of them for some reason. Their loss.
Maybe they couldn't handle the DPS.
Yeah, something like that.
Train is up.
Going for the
Trigs
cruiser
are
first. Target 0.
Rips.
I'm not even going to bother tagging the frigates. Once the main target's killed, just kill them. Nice work, guys.
Yep.
Frigates are in drone range, guys. Get them going. Good.
Nick, you're doing an excellent job of multitasking.
Say that again?
You're doing an excellent job.
Thanks, I think. First shot.
I was being sincere.
Did we not transfer drones?
Oh, transfer drones to
Cruiser
Isabel.
first. Cruiser first. Go close range.
Reps on Mortoga. Logi, if you're not already doing it, stagger your reps.
Frigates are within drone range.
I'm only using one at a time to keep Cap stable.
Say again, Ashley.
I'm only using one rep to keep Cap stable.
They'll be fine. The Basilisk is overpowered anyways.
Probably used to, but unless it's needed, I'll keep to one.
Yep, you'll be fine. If we were doing minor conduits, which are like 2.5 times as hard, it'd be a different story, but that's why we're doing emerging conduits.
I'm gonna mark the targets just for a slight speed up. The hamsters of death. All right. Ghosting battlecruiser first.
Bree, broadcast for shields.
Gentlemen, we have a new guy that is requesting.
Balls, you just walked into the middle of an op. Kindly address yourself and make sure that you know what you're doing before you come in and open your mouth.
Never mind.
Thank you. Target
Split
one.
reps, Bree and Ashy.
After target 3.
Rep Sal. Correction, they just switched aggro.
Lieutenant Commander, would you like NCV Marshal to join you guys down here right now?
No,
I've given
thank
him-
you.
No?
We're in the middle of an op right now.
No
We're
problem.
gonna keep it to run in the op just for comms
No problem.
clarity.
Krakatoa, to keep everything happy and linear, just tell Falls that I snapped at you and tore your head off.
Okay. Sure, I'll do that soon.
How we doing, everyone? Feeling okay about this?
Doing okay.
Sweet. Money pop.
So then the rest all just run away now?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
And we couldn't stop them even if we had a scrambler.
Gotcha.
It's just a weird thing about emergent conduits. If anyone's ever doing minor or major conduits, don't make that mistake. Minors and majors don't follow the same rules. They'll stay around. How are we looking on salvage and loot?
And I'm just editing our chat. Right. It over have 1.
Everyone recall your drones if you're not salvaging.
Loot 2 million and salvage 1.9 million.
What? It's a bit low.
Still got more salvage to pull in.
Oh, we've only done the one.
Scorch, I've renamed our channel, so hopefully it shouldn't be bothered anymore.
I don't mind yelling at people.
score falls, though, he gets yelled at a lot.
And he does a lot that warrants yelling, though. I'll send him a boo-boo and a band-aid and I'm sorry later.
So for anyone who's interested in knowing more of what's going on while we're waiting on salvagers, essentially during a regular invasion, these sites spawn, and completing them pushes influence to one side or another. Completing emergent conduits pushes it towards the Edencom side, so the defending empires. Usually when you're running this in an active invasion system, you have a dedicated Noctis and usually a fleet of like 15 people. So we're usually blitzing them like as soon as they're done, the fleet warps to the next one and the Noctis is following behind.
Nick, do I have 30 seconds to just go hop into main ops and address the new Eve guy and then come back?
Yes, go for it.
I'll be right back.
Thank you for the intel, Nick.
Yeah. Also, for anyone who missed the update, you can no longer be neutral in this fight, so one side or another will shoot you. So, if you don't like being shot and you don't know what you're doing, avoid Triglavian systems. If you know what you're doing, you already know what you're doing. Personally, I recommend joining the Edencom side if you wish to do so, because, well, we're a high-sec corp and the trigs are slowly turning high-sec to null-sec.
Now's a good time to clear your broadcast history.
What about broadcasts?
I said now's a good time to clear your broadcast history.
Yes. If you're a Logi, hit clear in your history.
That's better. 7.9 million of salvage.
That's more like it.
Did you broadcast a new place for us to align to?
Nope, we're waiting on salvage.
Roger.
Oh, I wish I had my Noctis.
Well, yeah, me too. But I didn't want to go with only 2 Logi.
I wish Dev was here.
2 Logi is usually sufficient for repairing any other person, but you get in real trouble as soon as the trigs target 1 Logi.
Yeah. That's also why I was asking if I wanted to try out with the Bastion and the Osprey combined, because I figured, because I'd looked over some of the fittings you had and they were using mostly mediums, and I knew that Ashy and myself would probably use the largest.
Yeah. The Osprey mostly uses medium. I'm not entirely sure what fit the main Logi FC for Edencom is, but he's been flying in Osprey with 2 large cap transfers and 4 large shields. Somehow completely stable with a single incoming cap from Osprey.
He probably has logistics cruiser 5. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, probably. He is one overpowered logistics guy.
Yeah. Two. I have both of mine have
Scoop
logistics 5.
containers.
That's just junk I'm not taking with me. It's not worth it.
Have you already seen what's inside them?
Yeah, that's the stuff from my M2 that I wasn't taking.
Oh, got it.
Good space, so.
Fleet align to KYW-032.
After this site, I'm going to have to dock up at a station and just empty my cargo.
Right. We're gonna do that as a fleet because trigs do like to. In the system, there's 2 different sets of trig fleets. There are the ones that spawn on sites, so like emergent conduits, major, and minors. And then there's what's called a roaming fleet. Generally, a roaming fleet. I'm gonna warp the fleet, by the way. A roaming fleet generally is not dangerous, But where it's dangerous is, unlike a conduit, a roaming fleet will randomly escalate, and that can sometimes bring in a massive amount of firepower, which we can't deal with right now. Generally, once you're in a Triglavian invasion system, a minor victory, you'll be safe as long as you're not parked on a station. Cap chain up, drones out.
And ascend to Scorch.
Also, if you want to, Admiral, you can just drop the container and I'll pick it up. That way we reduce the number of times we stop at a station.
Starving Resnivorg first.
Nice choice, Scorch. Also, some of you might have noticed there is a 50% reduction to the number of targets people can lock. Depending on who wins a system, different penalties apply, or buffs. Generally, most Drake systems will show a minus 30% to warp speed. And then something else.
Starving.
I got the starving.
Drones to target 2, it's in range.
Grab some Hamish, please.
Target to 4, drones stay on 2. Good opportunity to reload large guns. Large guns will probably not be able to hit them. Good opportunity. Do we have a star? We don't. Target 0. Drones onto the blinding Kikimora. Drones to target 5. Sorry, I'll just mark it up. Drones to target 5. Target 2. Got it. Drone stay on 5. Target 4. Drone stay on 5. Good. Drones to 4. Bocat.
Targeting 7.
Are you unable to target 4 or 5?
Targeting 5.
There we go. Very good.
And money pop.
Good job, guys.
And unless you're salvaging.
Reload your guns.
Alright, this site-align's already dropped 16.3 million.
Nice.
Delicious.
Probability is annoying. Sites sometimes drop absolutely nothing of value, and sometimes they drop 150 million.
Yeah, I mean, altogether we've got about 30 million worth.
It's not too bad.
Well, not for 2.5 sites.
To be fair, the first site was 600,000.
Yes, first site we didn't get much because most of the wrecks were yellow by whoever had half completed the thing.
Right, what station are we heading to empty this?
Just drop them and I'll pick them up. Really want to try and limit the number of rest stops we make.
Roger that, 1 second.
We'll keep us safer. That's another thing is emergent conduits the roaming fleets won't ever stop at, but a major or minor conduit roaming fleets will stop, so it's not safe to sit there.
Alright, jettison link.
Roger that. Did the mobile factor unit? Nope, there it is.
Is Noni forever like this, or will it be pushed back to normal?
Noni, we haven't confirmed if it's a bug or not, but minor victories can occasionally get reinvaded. They won't ever go to a full-fledged victory to one side or another, but they can flip who owns it. Realistically, not much changes other than who drops guns at the gates and stations. Fully align EIJ-496, please. However, major victory, so either Nedencom Fortress or a Triglavian final liminality is locked forever. At least.
Hey, Nick, can you say again?
Line EIJ-496.
Thanks.
The major victories are nasty if you're on the opposing side. Warping fleet to EIJ. Also, for anyone who's mining, it's the asteroids that surround us generally are really good to mine. I don't know if they take specialized mining modules, but they drop a lot of resources.
Interesting.
It's not something you want to bring a mining ship to until it's completed. So you bookmark the site, and when it disappears from the probe scanner, wait like 10 minutes, and then you can warp to that bookmark safely. Drones out, capturing up, please. And assign the drone to Scorch. I forget what it is to last night or something like that.
Yeah, I just checked it out.
Ton of titanium.
Everyone lock the anchoring Demovic, and then drones to it when it comes back. This is... Drones onto anchoring.
Then if you're really, really feeling daring and you have positive trig standings, you can go to first, second, and final liminality systems. Obviously be careful because you can get ganked, but there are even better asteroids in various sites there if you're feeling really, really daring.
Starvings. 0, 1.
Also, if you notice, the trigs do like using target painters, so you can also tell who they're targeting based on the array of target painters on you.
There's a name target that just came up. I'm marking them as 3. As soon as he comes in range.
Yes, that will be a bit nastier. Some people like to orbit the anchor. I've never really found it's useful because of the sheer number of target painters on you, and they don't ever seem to miss anyways, so... Overpowered triangles.
Blinding and harrowing.
There's a
Yellow flashy just warped in.
What's up?
The yellow flashy just warped in. Jack.
Ignore it. He might shoot us. Do not shoot back.
Roger. He can't break through our Logi chain anyway.
No, can't. The reason we cannot ever shoot back is if we shoot back, that creates a limited engagement timer, and Logi cannot interfere with the limited engagement timer without going suspect ourselves. Or sometimes criminal.
So these are all frigates, so kind of whatever, but I have marked them up, so for the sake of expediency, feel free to target them in ascending order.
There's one cruiser still.
Oh, thank you. There is a penalty to maximum lock targets. I was wondering why I could only target 4 right now. I'm restarting the ascending order. The new cruiser's putting at target 0. Once he's in range.
I'm gonna stay on the frigate. He's way out of my range.
Yeah, by all means. Frigates can stay on target 2. Main guns on 0. And there's another drone. Okay. Tango. Target 0 is Alpha. And then we'll do trick. Switch to target.
Money pop.
See you later. Recall drones.
Like right now, if you see the signature for what we just warped to is gone on the probe scanner, if you were mining, now would be the time to warp in.
Honestly, it kind of makes me think we should, like, if we ever get enough numbers, we should do this fleet and then have 2, 3, 4, however many people want to mine instead of shoot, and then they can follow the fleet around.
Yep.
Sounds like a
Tesla
really
night.
smart idea.
So, some people might. So we're doing a relatively long range fleet. It means we're going to take a little bit longer because of that. Some people like running brawling fleets, so blasters all the way. What they'll do, it looks like everyone has a micro jump drive or a command destroyer's jumping everyone. It's a really neat trick. On the other side away from us, there's usually a couple Tlasnite asteroids like 150, 160 kilometers away. If you right-click an asteroid and warp to within 70, they'll usually put you right on top of their spawn.
Okay.
It's not something we want to be doing since we're a long-range fleet, but the possibility does exist if we bring a brawling fleet. How's everyone holding up?
Just PG.
I'm doing good.
Doing fine. They're ignoring me.
Yeah, I haven't been targeted yet.
And we'd usually go a bit faster if we had a dedicated salvager, but I'm not worried. It gives them time to spawn new emerging conduits. And Hamish was actually asking about can these systems ever change? This is an interesting system because normally a minor victory spawns 2 of the type, so there's elevated different tiers of site. So we're doing a tier 0 site. And then minor would be a tier 1, major is a tier 2. Each minor victory usually spawns 2 tier 0s, but it appears this system has been invaded something like 2-3 times, and the trigs won it every time, hence why there's like 6 or so emerging conduits. That's the only real difference. There's no change in the number of NPCs floating. It actually makes me wonder why more fleets aren't here doing exactly this.
If you zoom out, the big structure of like rocks around us is the symbol of the trigs, the same thing.
Indeed it is.
Wow.
Annoying
Yes.
triangles.
Yeah.
Do you ever use the Amar trade route from Jita?
Me?
Hamish.
And
Usually when I'm going and I'm just bringing like an ibis or something.
Sweet. So you're not going to be too affected by Niraja falling.
Well, I will. I thought you meant after. I don't know. I used it all the time before.
Oof.
Where are we allowed
No, salvager's done. Everyone line UHJ-780, please. How do we do this time, Admiral?
35.
Nice.
Say target again.
UHJ-780, please.
If you organize by your in your probe scanner by name, then you go down to emerging conduits, they'll be grouped together.
Warping fleet.
Warp drive active.
That is a huge tip, and I never knew it. Thank you, Hamish.
Someday I'd like to get us into a fleet running minor conduits. They're harder, 2.5 times harder, but they have a lot of loot.
This is the right path. You know, more of this. Higher equipped ships.
Yep. I'm gonna need more people for that.
We're doing the right
Usually
thing.
4 or 5 Logi, then 6, 7, 8 or more DPS. Drones out. Cap chain up. How are you looking on time, Scorch?
How am I looking for time? Oh, hey. What do you know? I'll do it after this one while he's salvaging. Thanks for the reminder.
Admiral Ashy. Nope, there you
Starting
go.
Rasnaborg. Maximum prejudice.
So Scorch might have noticed. Actually, I'm pretty sure Scorch knows, since I sent him a link of stuff. But the names of the trigs actually will give you a hint of what they do.
Yes.
Actually, the names will give you a hint of their strength and a hint of their abilities. All trigs are technically capable of remote armor repairs, but renewing will do repairing. I forget what harrowing does. Anchoring warp scrambles you, and various things. Rasnaborg means it's slightly weaker than average. Liminal is standard. And then Hudspar is slightly above average strength. We get into things like Zorias, which are a lot more than average strength. The other day, Edencom, I was running a fleet with Edencom, doing minor conduits, and one of the Zoria ships, which was a bear to kill, it dropped a blueprint for a module that the buy order is 7.5 billion. It's like a 0.0002% chance it drops, but yeah, that's why I want to work us up to that at some point. Just because it's really neat when you find one.
Imagine trying to do this without the experience you gained in the Edencom fleets.
Oh, jeez, yeah. I feel bad for... I think we managed to warn Admiral Ashy at one point, but there's still a lot of people out there who have been away for like 2 months, 3 months, since before May, and they came back and tried to run emerging conduits like they did before. It's theoretically still possible for you to solo one. It's just with great difficulty.
And
I know for our fleets, usually we have one guy FC and do the numbering, but this is more realistic to what you would see in a active invasion system, where you have like 20 people in DPS and 8 people in Logi. You'd have someone commanding Logi, someone commanding DPS, and the overall fleet commander. So in this case, Scorch is acting as your DPS commander.
a cruiser just got up, so drones stay on 6 and 7, and then main guns to 0 when he's in range for you. Drones stay on 6, main guns on 0. Main guns to 1, drones stay on 6. Oh, nice.
Money Bob.
Well done.
I know Scorch has a call right now, so why don't we take this chance for a quick break? Go grab some water, use the bathroom if you need to. We're gonna hold here.
Man, dual boxing is just like sensory overload.
Say again, Hamish?
So dual boxing is like sensory overload.
You want to hear something crazy, Hamish?
What?
There's this one guy who runs in Edencom with us. He flies 12 Ravens simultaneously, and they're all flying auto-targeting missiles. He jumps in an emerging conduit and clears the thing in like 3 minutes and jumps to the next one. It's absurd watching him. It's just like 70 or 80 missiles in the, actually closer to 200 missiles in the air at any given point of time.
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it.
Well, there's a couple different apps you can download. They're not necessarily legal by the EULA. And it's a lot easier when you're going to have to target things. You just turn on the auto missiles.
Yep. I'm going to make a quick bathroom run. Again, if anyone needs to do so, do it now.
I have something for something has occurred and I need to go. So can we clear a gate and I need to go back to ISEC?
Toto.
Yes, I'm sorry
Warp.
about that.
Totally fine. Set your destination and then warp to the gate at 0.
I'm back.
And if you warp to the gate at 0, even if it's totally camped, you'll be able to jump out just fine.
All right, thanks.
Take care. And we'll see you later, Toto. And I'll be back in a minute.
Thank you.
Toto's head out.
All right. Thanks,
Thanks for
everybody.
being here with us.
It was fun. Thanks. All right.
Hamish is back.
I'm back.
It's so complete if you're not back.
Toto is Ichido, right? Yeah.
I just left the fleet and I'm going to dock up in the system in the ISEC system just next to Nani. And if I make it back someday, well, maybe I'll join it if you're still on doing.
Do not jump back into system.
All right.
If you come back, we will come check the gate is clear for you.
All right. Thanks.
Yes. For anyone else, once you're in the system, you are generally safe. It's just that first jump through. Once you land on this side, jumping to wherever you're going is where you're unsafe.
Yeah.
Because if there's a fleet there, they usually have several anchorings. But yeah, once you're in the system, you can jump to the gate on 0 and you'll be gone before they more than scratch your shields.
I'm back again.
Welcome back, Scorch.
Sorry about that.
I'm back.
What are we doing on salvaging? Last thing coming in. X up in fleet if you're present.
The only one missing is Bree.
Bree.
Yeah. Oh.
Bree lost audio.
That.
Is that better, Bree?
Mic check.
Mike, 5x5.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Everyone ready? Align MUQ 768. How we doing on loot, Admiral? Drones in all.
I have 53 million in my car.
Nice. And I've got 23. Warping fleet.
Warp drive active.
So does anyone have any comments or things they'd like to try differently next time?
I think we are currently fielding a fleet above the required difficulty for this content, it feels.
Yeah, we
Which
are.
is good. It's better that than the alternative.
First time I wanted to make sure we could overkill.
Totally. I think we could get away with 2 Logi and probably like even just 3 DPS, like maybe. It doesn't seem to be that heavy.
Yeah, I still want to see 3 Logi just in case they lock a Logi, which
Yeah.
is problematic. But 3 Logi, 3 DPS is usually enough to clear one of these. It's just not fast. But that's not what we're worried about. Out, cap chain up. But yeah, I wanted to make sure everyone's first experience with Triggs wasn't a bad one. So
You made the right decision, man. You made the right call. It was just an observation.
So numbers-wise, we're overkill.
Tingling.
Um,
Tingling.
regarding the fits, so like 60% Omni Resist is still a good idea.
Starting. Drones on 2 when he comes in range. Guns on 1 now. Drones on 2. Drones stay on 2.
The heck is a Vesper still stellar reconnaissance? I've been fighting for that system for like 3 days now.
I don't need shields, I just know they're targeting me.
Better safe than sorry. I've got the spare shield repper, so. The reason we say broadcast as soon as you're yellow boxed is even though most of the time in an emergent conduit you won't need it, but it's good practice for any other time when there might be a bigger fleet. You won't see any damage, and then holy you know what, my shields are down to 20%.
Battleship first. And then these are both renewing.
It's mostly as a chance for Logi to have their reps cycle down on whoever they were previously repairing and lock you. Because if you catch that at the wrong time, that sequence can take 8 seconds.
Yeah. Drones on 3, guns on 1. Say again, drones on 3. Good. Starting to see the drones turn around before that guy.
On for loot, we're also not counting the Concord payout. I think it's like 1.4 million-ish for each of us right now.
Harrowing first. Oh, we're going to change that because that name guy just dropped. So we'll kill him first and then this guy's. He'll be number 2.
Regarding that one system on the Amar trade route, Hamish, I and some other people were hypothesizing eventually Concord might authorize the Amar and Caldari to bridge it with a Titan on the opposing systems each. It'd be a pain in the butt, but I don't see why they couldn't do it.
Our Logi's really on the ball.
Yeah, it's easy to do with a small fleet. With a bigger fleet, it gets really confusing, especially once you get over 15 people, because then you can no longer fit everyone on the watch list.
After 3, look for target 0. It's the cruiser. The starving for 1.
Money pop.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
Isabella. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Thanks for the reminder, though. My eyes are basically glued to my overview. I'm looking at the names of these trigs on one hand, and then I'm looking at a wiki thing on the left detailing what they do, and I'm picking which ones to
Doing
shoot
a
at.
wonderful job, Scorch. Well, we got more on that Directive Enforcement Department. That's dead payment because Ichido or Toto dropped fleet. So every conduit you clear, there's a pool of ISK and LP for the whole fleet. So it gets divided up evenly. What do we think? Rocks and Ravens work well.
Yeah, it's just a really easy long range sniper fleet. Yeah, and then we just have a small army of hamsters to kill the things that get in close.
Kitchen sinks fleets work surprisingly well, but still prefer to have a semi-doctrine. That way we have the rocks to obliterate things at range, and the Ravens can take care of everything, and then drones obliterate anything that we missed.
So tangling is super not important to us. It's a stasis webifying ship. More stationary, so that doesn't matter. Starving is important to kill because they newt us, and if they newt one of our Logis.
Generally,
starving because it's annoying for sensor damps. So what were you gonna say, Nick?
Generally, the starvings don't become a problem unless their battle cruiser are bigger, but it's still a good idea to obliterate them.
Yeah.
With everything else.
A lot of other ones, like harrowing, doesn't really matter. Could they just do target painting? DPS isn't strong enough anyway.
Yeah, we're all stationary.
Yeah. And the renewing really, like, they do stronger remote pairs, but they actually have if there's a little note saying that they, in trade-off, they do much less DPS.
Yep.
So
they're like the Logi for trigs.
The trigs.
They'll all do remote repairs, but the renewing are actually good at it. What gets really scary is when you see a starving battleship. Especially if you get a starving... I think you can occasionally get a starving Zoria battleship. That's really absurd.
Nick, I also want to praise you. Because we're kind of overpowered for what we're doing, the stress is low, and you're using the opportunity to kind of give more information and lore backdrop and insightful stuff, and that's really good. Kudos to that.
It's just random stuff I've picked up over time.
Yeah, but it's
occasionally useful. This.
Yeah, like especially in a low stress environment like this one, I would say it's actually preferable to that to comm silence. So it's good.
Yeah. Well, we got in. That was my biggest worry, was getting into the system. Everything else is relatively low key from now.
What was the concern with getting in?
Just if there's a roaming fleet sitting on the gate, we'll have to fight our way out because they'll scramble some people. They're usually not the best at spreading their points, but it just means we'd have to fight our way out of the gate, and it could escalate. So once we kill the 4 or so, another 4 or so could spawn. I think that's actually the number one way. Actually, number 2 way Edencom forces lose ships. First is we run into a powerful fleet that overpowers our Logi. And second, we get to a gate and get completely anchored. By the way, it's probably a long way away for any of us, but if anyone's ever fighting in a command destroyer or anything that's using command bursts, try to avoid sitting on a gate with your escape plan being jump through the gate. It doesn't work, since the command burst counts as capsuleer aggression.
Been there.
And it will chain to Logi as well, so your Logi will get screwed.
Who has a cargo space?
I've got another 200-ish cubic meters.
I need to drop 380.
Who here wants to pick up some loot and carry it around for us?
I have 600 to carry.
Sal popped up first, so let's fill Sal and then we'll get Scorch next.
Just got lots of room.
We got plenty of room. Here's the container.
Is someone moving to pick that up?
Yes, I'm gonna pick up some and Sal will pick up the rest.
Okay.
Okie dokie, we're good. I've got 27 million. What do you got, Sal?
I've still got the trig surveys, which is 31.4 million.
So Ashley has 31, Sal has 38, I've got 27. We're over 100 million. Fleet Align GTU 196. How's everyone doing on time, by the way?
I'm good. I probably got 1 or 2 more in me. And then I'll have to bow out. But that just means more for you guys. 1 less share.
Sounds good. I'm thinking either we do another hour, or if we lose another ship, we'll call it then, after Scorch.
Roger that.
Warping fleet.
Warp drive.
You growl at me. Nick, will you be at Scrum tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
Saturday.
Saturday. I will do my best to be.
I want to make sure you're there for whoever sings your praises.
Only thing that'll keep me is if we're in heavy combat defending a system, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen right now. Fingers crossed.
Sounds good. Cap chain up. Drones out.
Yep.
Anchor.
Man, there's a lot of stations in this system.
And then we'll kill bullshit. drones can go to 3. Oh, they're both range. I'll stay on 2.
I haven't been paying attention to Corp chat. Ichido was in Ninjara or Niarja. By the way, if anyone's interested in joining this for Edencom, I can link you the Edencom channel. I'm kind of sad I sold my rock. I'll pick one up at some point. I don't do much DPSing though.
I don't actually mind, depending on what kind of doctrines we maintain. I know we're pretty fond of shield stuff, but I actually don't mind selling you this one.
I'll pick one up eventually. Problem with me and DPS ships is I just don't use them since I enjoy flying Logi so much.
Anchoring.
Does that mean you're going to train for a basilisk?
I will as soon as winter break. I'll get a month of premium and train up for the basilisk.
Special note: after we kill 0, switch to 1 name target.
Get reps on Nick.
They got it more or less under control. We're good now.
I'm restarting the DPS line at 0. Switching to 1. Oh, let's do this one.
Money pop. This phrase I learned from one of the FCs I served under. Loved yelling money pop drones in at the end.
Show me the money pop.
Let's do one more, Nick.
Roger that.
I'll call it.
In that case, if we want to do one more with Scorch and try one without.
I think you guys should absolutely try one without, and as long as you kill all the anchorings, and if you really want to be careful, pre-align out, you'll be fine.
Yep. I think we'll be fine.
I'm 10 minutes away from finishing Gas Cloud Harvesting 3.
Nice.
I'm just deciding if I should buy a Prospect or not, if I should just stick with the Venture to start.
Yeah, with the Venture.
Yeah.
It works well enough. I mean, if we're in a fleet of Ventures, they're going to know where we are anyways, and the cloak won't be that useful.
Sure.
Though Hamish might disagree with me.
I think more than anything, it's just for the expanded gas hold.
If you're running in a it's worth bringing a maxed out Terra in with you.
That'd be risky.
Yeah, it'd be risky.
That'd be really risky. Putting all your eggs in one basket that can't warp out super fast.
I mean, most of the time, unless you're obliterating the sleepers that show up, you'll maybe come close to filling your hold by the time in 15 minutes.
Do you know if the sleepers that show up drop any loot or anything worthwhile? Like, would it be worth it to bring like DPS ships to fight the sleepers?
I know that in the C5s they drop about 60 million in blue loot, but I don't know the kind of DPS they put out. So whether we would have to look at that spreadsheet to make sure it's something we can handle.
Yeah. Like, it just got me thinking, right? Like, at 17 minutes or 15 minutes we run away, but what if we don't run away? What if it's just something we prepare for? I don't know. Just thinking out loud.
It might actually be possible to get under the guns of them using like a harpy or something.
Interesting. Let's see what Eve Wiki has to say about it.
So I'm thinking next time we run this, we'll bring 3 Ospreys, so that way the cap is balanced better. It's not bad, but it could be better. Then we'll just have a Noctis. That way we'll get things faster and we'll blitz more sites.
I'm going to show you a fit that I have.
Welcome. It's not Halfbeard.
No, it's me, Toto. I'm back.
Welcome back, Toto.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Well, in that case, Scorch is going to drop out after the next one.
Alright.
That is quite a basilisk.
Yep, if you have Logi 5 and another buddy who's Logi 5, you can pull it off.
Holy moly. Acknowledge, Sal. Well, in that case, after Sal comes back, I'm going to warp us to like 300 kilometers off the Litiura gate.
Alright, you'll be happy to hear that my MTU has 148 million worth of stuff.
Holy moly.
That's what we're here for.
Holographic transcriber, which is 125 million.
Those are worth exactly that. It's not Eve messing with you. That's what we're here for. That's like a 1% drop. So very nice that we found one. Who did I just see change in the... Oh.
I joined. That's what happened.
Roger, welcome back, Sal. Toto, which system are you in?
I am in the Litiura.
Sweet. As soon as Admiral Ashy salvages up, I'm going to warp the fleet to within like 300 of the gate. We'll check it, and if it's clear, you can jump. But not until then.
Roger.
Done.
Goodbye.
And this is also a standard thing when incursions is anytime someone is trying to get in, you either have someone cloaked up on grid with the gate, or you just warp the whole fleet to within a reasonable range and check it. That way we try and minimize people dying to roaming fleets.
I'm leaving the last 2 wrecks.
Roger that.
How hard is it to take on the roaming fleet?
Not hard if you've got a decent fleet. We could probably do it. Escalations could get dicey, but they don't drop. They drop about the same amount of loot. And the real reason you shoot roaming fleets is in an active invasion, an emergent conduit will push the influence of the system a certain amount. Each roaming fleet will push it the same amount if you kill the whole fleet, but you can do it a lot faster. So that's the main reason you kill roaming fleets. Okay. I'm going to warp us to the perch.
You're not going to one more?
I'm going to pick up Toto.
Oh, okay. Why doesn't he just jump into system and warp to us?
In case there's a fleet there that's going to scramble him. So we're just going to come the gate is clear.
That makes sense.
Can't align you guys to this one, so... Well, I guess I could have told you to align to the gate, but...
It's weird, I was aligned to the turret.
So that's who warped off really fast.
Wait, I'm not at the right gate right now. Alright.
So, warp to the gate, and let us know when you're there.
Yes. So, Nani gate right now.
So, you're at the...
There's an industrial wreck over there.
I wonder what that is. Gate is clear, Toto.
Yeah, I'll warp in a few seconds.
Should I go check out that wreck?
No.
Jump in.
That
Alright.
is... That wreck is...
Jumping in Nani right now.
Launched, and then warp to us.
Yes.
Honey, what is that? The Litura gate.
Warping to your position.
Reason we don't want that to happen, Admiral, is or we won't pick it up, is chances are it's already looted. So just warp to one of us, Toto.
Yes,
even if
warping
it-
to you.
The only wrecks I see on Z-Kill board are... There's a 30 million
Here I am.
and a 1.2 billion Badger and Tabra. Is everyone ready?
What would you like us to align to?
Align to XOH-195.
Okay.
Clear your broadcast, set yourself in position.
Toto, hardeners on if you don't already have them on.
Alright, they are on right now.
Sweet. Warping fleet.
Warp drive active.
There's a really interesting thing with solo roaming fleets. You'll occasionally find, or there will occasionally be battleships. What the heck was that? Oh, I got SRP when I shouldn't have. I lost an Osprey the other day. But you'll occasionally see a roaming battleship, and as long as someone's not on grid with it, drones out, caps chain up. As long as someone's not on grid with it, the thing can do like 70,000 kilometers a second or something absurd like that. But as soon as you're on grid, it'll slow down. So sometimes if you're scanning down that thing, you'll warp directly to the signature, and it'll be like 6,000 kilometers away and still moving absurd fast. You just need to scan it down and warp to it again because of that weird mechanic.
I like how I'm being healed, and the damage just isn't even showing up on my.
Too bad.
Yeah, you're taking it away before it even happens.
Too bad we can't increase the total shield hit points you have.
Yeah, 10 hit points or something.
It'd be so broken. You just sit there. We're planning a battle like half an hour ago. Just everyone get in the Logi ship and repair this one guy. He's got like 40,000 shield hit points. His estimated hit points is like well into 1 million.
In the early days of wormholes, someone discovered an exploit where you could track and disrupt an ally into the negatives and give them 1 million tracking.
Has anyone who's that's has anyone seen I think it was like Civilizations? There's a peacefulness rating
Gandhi, yeah.
for each group. Yeah, Gandhi discovers democracy, which lowers his or increases his peacefulness rating by 1, and it goes to negative. So then he proceeds to develop nukes and nukes absolutely everybody.
Yikes.
Yeah.
There used to be an exploit in EVE as well where you could take a rattlesnake Gila and you could keep stacking the drone damage multiplier by disconnecting the drone and then reconnecting it. There was an instance where a rattlesnake had a drone with 40,000 DPS.
What? I want one of those Gilas.
Yes, apparently the exploit wasn't picked up.
Shields on me, please. Sal, shields on me, please, so Ashy can
That's right, I can run to Cap Stable.
eat.
And I have that emergency one too, remember?
Yeah.
Technically, I have 2. The sack of also.
After 8, look for 0, restarting the numbers. Nope, they got them. I'm like, why is it locking on?
Well, thank you for running with us, Scorch.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for hosting this. This was awesome. Hats off to you, man.
That'd be something different.
And, yeah, that was killer.
So, Scorch, get out of the system. Just pick your route, warp to gate 0, and even if there's a fleet there, you'll jump out before they can scratch your paint.
Okay.
I guess
why does warp to 0 and then jump go faster than just jump?
Technically, it's the same thing. I just say warp to 0 just to make sure people don't warp to like 10.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Autopilot it. No one should be autopiloting, but...
After this, I'll have to leave quickly. Something came up. Sal's having to bounce out.
Well, in that case, since Sal's jumping out, we're going to lose Logi. How about we...
I would honestly try it just once with 2 and see how it goes. It's your call, but it's a good opportunity while everyone's here just to see.
I think we could do it, but I think it'll be the hairy edge.
Okay.
If either Ashley or I get locked, just because we'll have lost a third of our reps. And actually, we'll have lost 2/3 of it because the Logi can't rep itself.
There's a flashy yellow by a wreck here.
Yeah, he's probably looting the wreck.
Yeah.
This, I guess, will warp off, jump out of system. And, Admiral Ashley, do you want to take care of divvying up loot, or should I take care of that?
I'll hand it all over to you.
Roger that.
I have a basilisk in Lucy if you want. I can swap to it.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Petty Officer, 3rd Class Halfbeard.
Yes, sir.
When this fleet is concluded, can you write up a short and sweet, as detailed as you'd like it to be, combat after action report?
All right.
Just as much as detail as you'd care to include as to how it went. And then once it's done, fire it off to me or Ashley, please. And to the rest of you, I bid you good night, good hunting, good luck with loot.
Take care, Scorch.
Okay, see you guys.
Good night.
Beer, are you by chance Mortoga? Or Mortogra?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I'll get names eventually.
I put people's Eve name in the notes on the Discord.
Oh, did Sal jump out? Yeah, Sal jumped out. Admiral Ashley, do you have the transcriber, or?
I have it.
Cool.
I've kept the more expensive stuff before me. So I've got like 500, well, coming up to 600 surveys and the transcriber plus all of the rec stuff.
Sal still? Yeah, Sal. So contract it to me whenever, Oregon. Not worried.
Okay, so I was looking at disk per hour, the program, and it was telling me that I can mine this ore that I've never heard of before in ISEC. And this is it. Saying I could do it 30 million an hour.
That's the to last night.
Well, one of them, the weird name, similar.
Yeah, there's some neat ores in these things. You just need to wait. Make sure it's an emerging conduit and trigs won't warp to you. The other thing is you could just go and get positive trig standings. and they won't bother you.
Where are we aligning?
We good to go? Fleet. Oh, I need to set destination. We are headed back to HQ. Fleet. Oh,
We're not trying to do Logi.
we could, but I really don't want to. It's been a good night. I don't want to end it on a bad one. Fleet line LIT. It's just not aligning, duh. It's a risk management. I think we could do it, but with, close to 200 million worth of loot, if we lose one ship with it, it's not worth it.
True, I've got 214 million in mine.
Very, very nice. We did well. Warping fleet. Jump on contact.